Alright, is everything okay? Um, what's up, YouTube? This is going to be um the season 2 finale. This episode 8 of Arknights Perish in Frost. What's up? This is Brew Station here. As I don't know, you probably already know that by now, but yeah. After the really clumsy episode 5, like the next episodes have been just. Actually, no. What was that? Episode 4. It was just nothing but just straight fire. And I'm not saying like fire, like it's there. There's a lot better other better shows, but I want to know where I'm at with this season. Right after this. I knew it was gonna be a very heavy one. Um, I really the only like there's so much I really like this show. Of course, like the biggest issue, of course, I always have to try to follow up on the lore details, which is honestly not a not a bad thing in the end, in my opinion. Because like if they really just wanted to play it easy, they could have just left all that shit out. Just have, or even just have none of those other characters even show up to begin with. So it's being as just trying to be as faithful as it is, given that the stuff will get changed, stuff will get cut, and that's unavoidable. Well, unless if you got like some fantastic looking production, like if you're literally Bochi exists, Sosfova exists, Sosno Freeman exists, 86 exists, like that those are exceptions. Those are like adaptations just blow shit out of the water. No, this is not pre-recorded, by the way. This is live, live right now. I'm actually looking in the chat. I just want to get some stuff out real quick. But yeah, last episode was really painful to know, and that was literally the end of the Yetis, or at least Frost Nova's group. She's in bad shape, and it was and what I really liked about the show that one was how there's a lot of emphasis on like the gestures, and also about the also like the expressions, like the Yeti, how the Yetis were depicted in this one. Whoever directed the episode was a ball. They really nailed it. I think I heard there's a lot of humor that was cut short, but given the kind of world they're in, that's more passable of something you play within the game. Like like when you sometimes when you play some of those RPGs, you have these characters. You have these character come up dialogues and they'll say some funny shit for no reason. Literally, well, I'm not saying no reason, but it's just kind of out of line. And that's something that works in the game. In a moving anime where everything is just kind of moving forward and not to the player's tempo, you're better off leaving some of them out. I'm sorry. Keep some of them in, that's fine. But some of them may not really. That's not really fit. That's also what happens with like novels and manga. Like some funny lines or stuff may not fit in particular parts, or it's just hard or no time to put it in. I did not think at any point in time extra jokes may have been needed. Like the part where Blaze just nuzzles up Amiya like she's a freaking domestic, like she is like some sort of house pet, is pretty funny by itself. But that's kind of in spurts. It's just like, oh, it's fine. It just lets me know that Blaze is pretty, is pretty fond of Amiya. But I think we've kind of also went over this. I think I've talked about something like this before when with part 1 of Bleach, where I felt like that was the best part of that new look adaptation going so far. I don't have the best feelings about part 2. So, in retrospect, but that's another story. But do you want to add more jokes, or you want to just cut all the jokes? They want to keep something, because if I feel like if they went too much with the lighthearted stuff, it may be a little too like tonally out of place. I get it, but I get why some people would want to think they should leave it in, but because it may connect more with the characters. But other than that, I don't feel like they needed to be there. Most of them don't need to be there. Of course, the lore, I've already been told this a couple times before, that when the character, some characters will just kind of randomly show up out of place, and like it's not like really the adaptation's fault. It's just kind of how these characters are introduced, and then it'll be dived in, and then her to be just dived into a much later, which is kind of annoying, because then you have to wait. Because then if for us as animals, we gotta wait like, I don't know, another year or so for more intel on them. Because I remember I didn't get much intel on Chin and Calcith, or even Touin until this season. Like last season, I only got a sliver, and this season I got a little bit more than I bargained for. Now I know Touin is still gonna be a recurring thing. I think she's gonna be a main recurring figure, depending on how long they want to keep up adapting this for whatever it is. But yeah, that is but that is the case here. So it again. So if I remember correctly, black inspectors are the ones that are doing the purging, and the red ones are the ones that were just the inspectors, basically. They're kind of like how do you say this? The guys just kind of survey shit, and Chin wasn't particularly happy about this. And he was like, "Oh, are you just playing this? Are you just playing this little farce? How long are you gonna keep playing house here?" I think that's the general gist of what I was getting there. That we have all these sort of parties here, and there's also the leader of the Black Cloaks. What was his name here? Lane Yoisha. I'm gonna get if I got that name wrong, I'm sorry. And she has her kind of role moves and all. And then there's also a dialogue which I'm like, they cannot just they have to kind of just follow through, because Loman was like, there was a contract to they have to complete this mission, like even if it requires shedding more blood. And of course Rhode Island is not about that, which sucks. It's like they both, each side has their reasons, and their obviously gonna clash. And it's not like Chen's trying to be like it's not trying to like it's not like she's misunderstood. She's not like she's not understand. It's not trying to be considerate. It's just that we kind of have to secure this or that. Otherwise, like we will get nowhere, I think. Oh man, I'm glad for the people. Like I'm glad for the people who are willingly able to go to this stream and be able to help out. Again, I don't want to try to do too much to distract myself, so I only look once in a while, but I don't want to distract myself as more than necessary. What else? Oh yeah, I like the interaction with between Frost Nova and the Doctor. Kind of like a sort of a just a way of trying to understand one another. Like, oh wait, like we get to a little bit know more about Frost Nova. I've been told that the story was kind of trimmed down a lot, but you get the general idea. I don't know. I don't know if they will expand more upon that in this episode. I doubt it. I don't know if we're gonna get anything with the Patriot dude. We may get that next season, depending on what happens here. But yeah, Frost Nova is the only one left in her group. Well, except for the ones that are trying to escort her away. They're kind of, although I don't think they have much time left either. That last episode is really just a showcasing of like there's just no black and white with this power struggle that they're having. It's a very interesting sense of power struggle because like when you're in this sort of world, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of there's a lot of incentive to have these sort of strict status quo, these orders and whatnot, and it can often lead to lots of people butting heads about it. All right, so let me hold on, I got a notification. Jesus, yeah. Let me get this started. Oh yeah, I just forgot. I was trying to write up something about social and free rent today, but I had to stop because I want to get this stream. And I don't know, and I want to get it done before, and I want to get shit done before 12. So I don't know if I can, but I'll try. Hold on, I also forgot to close this. All right, so yeah. Let's get to this final episode. Hopefully everything will is the mic working? Everything will go alright. Again, like if you haven't noticed already, I don't play shit with audio. I don't play with audio. Again, I would if I could with some little audio, but the last time I tried to do that, my video got hit. Hit with a copyright claim. So I can't do it, even if I really wanted to. Like I would have to just really heavily edit it, and that's a pain in the ass. I'm sorry, I can't do that. All right, but enough of my bitching. Let me get to it. All right, English subs. All right. Oh, I know I'm in for something, but well, let's just go with it. Episode 8, the final episode in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. But they're already gone. They gone. Her comrades are all just gone. I kind of wish they didn't play the opening. I would kind of wish they just played it all the way through. That's my nitpick. I'm not too fond of the opening, so just a heads up. I prefer Riona's own opening from the first episode. Like I don't hate this one, but it's just like okay. Oh boy. Of course, I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions that won't be answered in the second season, or at least the questions that need to be asked. But if anything, if I want to get a general gist and try not to nitpick too much about stuff that shouldn't be nitpicked, then it's more like, yeah, we're setting up for more. Isn't that literally every long running story setting up for the next one? Just don't expect answers that quickly. Also, we have to note, even after this is technically only a one and a half seasons worth. If we're talking comparisons to other anime, well, one and 2/3. Mm. No, I can't see Calthus the same way again. This ancient fossil can summon a freaking Final Fantasy Eon from behind her back. Hmm. Wait, so the doctor he was but before didn't trust Calthus, so it's just like, oh, I can't trust you back, even if you're not that same person. So it's like, yeah, you're on your own. Hmm. That is too much of a punishment. No, just pick up this guy. Just pick up this guy. I'll stay behind. She's staying behind. Yeah, yeah, she was still thinking about it. Listen, well, it's good to know that the doctor isn't just looking at the sidelines, but not trying to have everything centered around him, her. Nice. Hmm. The whole everything's just levitating around her. It might be too late for her or by now. Oh, she knows. Mm, not quite. Oh no, she's. Oh no, that's If she uses it now, it's over. I meant over for her. What the fuck? Oh, that is epic. No. I wonder if the powers returned to her when they died. Oh, she can sense her. She can. She can feel her emotions. Oh, what? Ah. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. She's like a cornered animal. Of course, she's just gonna go. She's gonna fight with no restraint. Is she referring to herself too? Yeah, she is. She referring to Talulan? Yep, she's referring to Talulan. I like how the doctor is planning all this even in the midst of such tension. Oh, but they gotta really do something or else the ice is gonna freeze them all over. Oh fuck. You could really just hear her losing strength even in her voice. Oh, that wasn't even a So they didn't defeat Frost Nova. She just ran out of time. There was a lot of pride on that line, on the line. Interesting. So yeah, so it makes sense. It just makes me question Talun's intentions more and more. Oh, it doesn't work. That fucking sucks. She can finally touch it, but that's when she has no more time to live. I was referred to. Not that sort of joining. I knew she had no time. I just wish like wow, you what a piece of shit. The second time I had to say that. First Mahito and now this guy, this person right here. What did you see? Not anymore. I do apologize if like so okay, so Wei fucking told her to do that. Wait, Oh shoot! It's the it's where Misha and oh man, it continues. I hate that we may have to wait for third season. God damn it. Well, I'm sorry if I got interrupted. That was not the really good. Whatever. Okay. Whatever. Whatever the interruption I had during this part when I didn't ask for it, just because. Just because. I'm sorry about that. I I was beyond the point. Like I felt it to where I was just like, yeah, I knew she was gonna kick this. But my heavier, the thing I'm feeling heavy about right now is the conflict's not over. The conflict will at this point it will never end. Even if, as Ami would say, even if they found a cure to the Orpassi infections, the conflict will never end. Everything has been set in stone with how everyone has chosen sides, chosen ideals. Like and even if the infection just suddenly disappears, that conflict will never end. There will always society, one shape or form, fantasy, real life, whatever. They'll find somehow, some way. There'll be a choice, unless if you're Arya, but that's another thing. But but there'll always be this sense of conflict. I fucking hate this cliffhanger. That is just like, yeah, it's not over. You just ended like that. At least for season one, at least it was just like a little bit of a somewhat positive, optimistic outlook. But now you just dropped it, just like, oh yeah, Ursa's coming for your asses. No, man. Russia's coming for us, and they ain't happy. God damn it. That was just not the clash with Flash Nova was very well animated, and very impressive, especially given that I personally liked it better than the fight in. I know it's a low standard, but okay. Considering it was a tier above the Jujutsu Kaisen fight from the other day, but obviously for that reason it looked just kind of not too good. This one I did not expect it that way. I felt like it felt like one of those. I'm pretty sure it might have looked similar to something to what I might have saw in some of the PVs I've seen in the game. I didn't look into it that much, but it looked similar. It was just a lot, not as much, de, detailed in terms of the general designs, but it was still really impressive, nonetheless. It's Taluna who's claiming to be Ursus. Oh, okay, okay. Taluna's just going rogue. Taluna's just going rogue then. This is just so complicated because like everyone's just fighting like and Wei just there are just some people like Wei who just treat shit like a freaking chess pieces, just pawns, just stuff you use in stats. Like no, we don't have time. Like no, you cannot view it for that in a crisis like that. They were told. Hold on. East October. Gosh, so the real villain happens to be within Lungman, and that was Wei. Well, I don't know if I want to see him as a villain because he's just taking advantage of whatever. But I don't know yet. It's just hard. I cannot say there is a certified. There's more like just more people like way they're just more more inherently antagonistic in their roles. But again, like I understand what they're doing it for. But Wade is kind of now that the focus is on him now. Wade's really twisted with how he goes. Like he just wants to follow this fucking business status quo while everyone is dying for him to hold up that. Hold on. Did I miss anything? Tone's driving to Lungman claim to be part of Ursus. If you're interested, but attack it would be like Lungman and Young starting a war with Ursus. This puts Wei in a bind. Yeah. That's basically Tolan just doing the drive to. Sorry, the timer is still running. Do you play black or do you play white? I mean, it's mostly gray, but she makes a good point. It's like, are you really? It's just like, well, why are you just viewing everyone? Well, not as such. Why are you not what? Like, we're not just here to play our roles. We want to know. We want to recognize it. We want to know about where we're at. And Rami already knows where she is at. She's there to help others. Not just specifically infected, but anyone in need, anyone who is really suffering from this crisis, who are at the disadvantage within this global crisis. I don't know how massive it extends, but yeah. Remember, no infected. It's just, I know the infected are not a race, but this it's gone to the point where it can be more. It is a definite form of discrimination, and it's not like you can help it because the way that shit spreads, you can get it, you can catch it at any time. Hold on, why did the timer not go off? I don't know why the timer was like not turning off on my end. My bad. Oh boy. That's up some. They really did all they can with that scene. I need to take a look at this. Like, I was not expecting it, and they didn't try to make everything look like it was need to be action. I mean, it's not. That was not the focus there. The characters need to have their style, need to say what needs to be said, and I appreciate they did that. There's not a single chapter that is not depressive. I'm pretty sure even the laid back chapters will be something depressing. I don't think season 3 will continue the story. They need some side story context. That I can get. I wonder. That makes me wonder what their plan is going for. Because they want to get to. I'm pretty sure they know that people are eager for what season 3 has to hold. But you also don't want to dive in without the context, especially if many of the viewers are going to be anime onlys. They can't just expect everyone to be just familiar with the game. So hopefully, we're just gonna have to wait for whatever they decide. I hope they just don't continue on with the main story and maybe at least an OVA or something. I don't know. Yeah, her blood flows instead of dripping down. Yeah, that was actually a nice detail. That was actually nice. Hold on. Yeah, that was actually a nice detail. There was a good usage of CG here too when it's needed, because that'd be a pain to just hand draw all of them, even if you're given all the time in the world. And even then, I don't know if the hand draw will look as good. I'm just gonna say that right now. Unless if it's just like a really talented animator. Dark Knights, the side stories will leave more questions unanswered. Great, but where do what side do you choose then? Continue the main story or add some side story context? What else? Because we can't just continue this on too blind. If the context, if side story context is needed at this point, whether or not it brings up those new questions. I hope it's not just 8 episodes, but I know it's pretty hard. I know it's already hard enough for that small team to really get an 8 quality ass visually quality looking episodes. So I can understand that. Hold on. I like the Doctor used a drone to protect his team. Oh yeah, that's what he did. I was like, okay. I was like, who was controlling that? I don't know what the team's gonna do, because they have to think about it, but at the same time they gotta hurry. They don't got time to just reminisce about it too long. They gotta really make a decision on what to adapt, what they can leave out, what can be I don't know if they can add anything, but I don't know. I'm just gonna put trust in that they'll do something that'll be good enough in the long run. But time will tell, I guess. Yeah. Akamaru 03. Yeah, you got it right. There's no way you can watch the Shibuya arc of JJK without watching the hidden inventory arc first, because it gives so much fucking context to Geto and Satoru's sort of relationship, and how everything went down, and how a certain other character named Toji shows up. You're just like, if you just say you don't watch this in inventory, you see this random guy just get summoned and he's a big bird dude. You're like, who the hell is this guy? Why is he after this? Why is he after this? Why is he like Maki? Why? Why? Why is Gojo so shook by looking at Geto? What's going on? Why is he thinking? Yeah, you can't watch it. You can't watch that without watching in inventory. I think this was a good. I still think this was a fine adaptation. It did what it needed to, as much as it could, and what it needed to do. And even if it does have those shortcomings, and I feel like it's more on the story than how the story is, the context is presented, than the actual anime. Because there's no way, because there's only so much, these little details you can fit in before you can just get completely overwhelmed. I'm pretty sure the director is just really looking at the script and just like, are you sure this is where we're supposed to put? Is this okay to fit these in? Because if this wasn't like a lore heavy setting, the guys would have such an easier time trying to direct things, but they don't. Not even those at KyoAni would be able to get that in. Yeah, KyoAni tends to do so much non-verbal telling than actual exposition dropping, or lore dropping. right out the mouth. So yeah, I can only hope they handle it the best they can within the circumstances. And again, although I do feel like when it gets to the bigger conflict, when it comes to the action animation, I've said before, they gotta go out their ways to haul in a bunch of freelancers. I'm not saying big names, but like some really notable ones that will help. Since the 2 seasons of Arknights were aired in the season where very good anime was released, I hope they don't do that again. Yeah. Arknights airing during Bocchi and Bleach season 1, that's a bad positioning. And now here with season 2, they literally have free rent Apothecary Diaries and Shangri-La Under the Luck and Jujutsu Kaisen still continuing, even if that production is a fucking wreck right now. That's a bad time. That's just bad timing. But they can't help it. They really can't. They can't just try to shorten the production time. That's just gonna compromise things. They can't do that with most other anime productions. They cannot afford that. There's gonna be a lot of things lost in the process. Because there's no way it would look like this if they cut down 3 months. So it's hard. This is hard. This is so hard. Yeah, this is something around like a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I might just give it 8 out of 10, but I still need to think about it. Oh boy. The Tetris, the anime. God damn it. And yeah, Nick, we discussed this before. Japan anime industry, slow the fuck down. We don't need a bunch of these junk food brands out every fucking season. We don't need no one's gonna be able to follow not many of us are gonna be following all these shows at once. Do you unless if you're like kids and you're watching those little ones that just they just have their own separate time. I don't even know what the hell is that all about. That's why you see the ratings for Conan, Doraemon, and all those other little shows having these high TV ratings. And that's why those get more part. That's why she's shoving out with those. But what about everyone else? Now, a lot of people will just be, a lot of people over there in Japan will just be mostly at work. They don't have time to follow all that. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it. Ironically, many people who really knows Arknights anime is coming. They don't know that it even aired already, with a giant airing after it. Yeah, that's the problem. Imagine if Arknights did not get picked up by Crunchyroll. It would have been almost lost. It would have been practically lost. I've watched 800 plus anime and I'm so tired of all the repetitive content. It's so boring. I feel sorry, man. I feel sorry you have to go through most of that junk. I went through almost 10 times as much as that. Okay, then maybe that's a little over, but yeah, it's not that it's not that most of them are inherently bad. They're just kind of just the same. Mostly the same status quo. This is just like for any media. It's just literally just people just going with just a lot of people just playing it safe and whatnot. And then you have some standout authors or creators that actually make ones that gain a lot of popularity. But then they get caught up in it and then it goes to some generic route, which sucks. It's not that black and white. Oh yeah, Nick with the fucking 10K over here. I'm still trying to reach that, by the way. I'm getting a little close. Maybe. I hope I don't lose all my hair follicles in the process. What's my top 1 anime though? I don't know. It used to be Violet Evergarden. I know I was said without a doubt it's Violet Evergarden, but after Bochi, now with Frieren, there's Mushoku Tensei around season 2 part 2 around the corner. What else is there? Really contemplating there's that new Madoka Magica movie that's gonna come out the next year. I don't know if that's gonna be my top 1. If that's respectively in top 1. I still love it, regardless of what people say shit about, like some this uncomfortable stuff, whatever. I loved it, but I don't know if it's a top 1 right now. I really don't know. That's why I don't like top 1. I'm just like, oh, can we get top 10, top 20? Reborn as a vending machine. Next season is gonna be reborn as a pork. We're gonna do the next part. We're just gonna be, the next isekai is gonna be someone, being the next junk isekai is gonna be someone that's gonna be reincarnated as a butt plug. That's what's gonna happen. I swear, if that happens, and for me saying it right here, I hear the news about it happen, I'm just gonna flip. I'm gonna seriously flip. I'll just be like, fuck, I called it. Oh damn, A86, nice. Oh man, 86 is fucking dope. Where's my season 2 though? Where's my season 2? A1 and Aniplex just out here trolling our asses. Yeah, that's an Ellen, sadly. Ranma's too. Well, no, I'm not gonna talk about Ranma. Funny enough, the same. Well, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna I did at one point. I thought I heard someone's gonna do they were thinking about a possible remake on Ranma. I'm like, no. We already got Yurusei Yasura. These in the first arc. I'm not really gonna end except for hold on. I don't know, man. So we just got back to Arknights anime. We gotta just really consider and everything. Of course, as the prioritized episodes go, drawing's it's been strong throughout, but here it's particularly more detailed, which is great. That's a given. When Frost Nova bit the dust, it wasn't to the point where I cried. I didn't, but it was just like, yeah, I knew it was coming. I was prepared, but yeah, it still hurt. It still hurts because it's just a rolling thing, and then you realize that this shit's not over. Even Frost Nova's dead, but this fight is not even is far from over. And this cliffhanger, great. This is not something. This is why. This is not even 2 seasons worth of content. It's literally 1 and 2/3, and we just gotta wait for the next one. Yeah, it is annoying that the way it is, but this is something you feel like you have to wait a few years before you binge a bunch of episodes, depending on where it stops off. I hope the next season isn't just 12 episodes. I understand it's hard, but I really do feel like they gotta try to get 12 episodes in, even if there is some production compromise along the way. I feel like it would benefit. They gotta think what will be the trade-off there if they do go for that. The scene in the game paced much slower. The left a lot of hope unanswered. Trying to fit two paragraphs in the anime actually. I do like the I do appreciate that they want to make the scene silent. But I do think it is kind of a miss as well. That they could have added an OST there too. But it is what it is what it is. It's something that I do feel like was a miss there. There's random. So hold on. Did I miss anything else? I don't think I did. Oh, I do like that. Calcith was trying to tell doctors like, oh yeah, I can't. The one thing where it revealed that she had history with him, which is not surprising, and just like the past you did not trust in me, so why should I trust in you right now? You got, it's like you're on your, I'm leaving it to yourself, basically. I don't think she's trying to be. I don't think she's trying to be a complete jerk with that. But just like it's a difficult time where like you can't just gain and trust people like that. You gain trust that easily. Yeah, I heard of 37 degrees. If someone wants to post that find it and post it in the server, I'll take a look at it later. I have to think it's a Fire OST though. Hold on. You know what? I think I'll check it out right now. Although I don't think I'm going to be playing it for you guys here. I mean, you could just. Oh, let's see, huh? Which one is the better one? I guess this one. Is this the one? Oh. Wow. Is this the one? I hope I didn't get the wrong one. Okay. Okay, that's the I'm not gonna read the comments, don't worry. But oh yeah, now we gotta wait for season 3 announcements and hope maybe there's an OVA for the side story along the way. But I don't know, we have to just kinda sit back. Maybe when they do announce it, I'll do another stream and talk about it more. But I don't know, guys. I'm kind of running out of time right now, though. How long have I been going here? I've been going on like a one hour, but I really gotta do other things here. Oh yeah, her eyes closed. I saw that. I saw that. I do. I'm not. I do think the anime's case was done all right. I do feel like yeah, maybe yeah, like I do get where they might have intended the silence there. That's what I felt like Eugene's case when he just broke the fuck down after Sukuna just pop. It's JJK spoilers, by the way. I mean, they're technically not spoilers anymore. Sukuna, after he just erased half of it off the map, he just like, oh, it's time. Oh boy, I'm just gonna tell you right where you're gonna see all the damage. And Eugene just sees it. The memories flow in. He fucking breaks down and tells himself to die repeatedly, while scratching the ground and bloodying his fingers. And the silence would have helped, and then the special, and then the OP plays. I get that it was intended, because as like a mockery of Eugene's situation, but it kind of took away from me personally. It kind of took. I'm not saying it's terrible, but it kind of just took it away. That's where I felt like silence would have been better. For Frost Nova's case here, I do feel like maybe the OST would have helped more because it's someone's departure. So you might as well have given it that. But I think they kind of already had. We kind of already knew she was at death's door. But yeah, hey, no problem. I really did enjoy it, even though like it is confusing to follow every single detail. Like I'll admit that. I wish I could be more, have a better memory of things like that. But it's that kind of show where like it's that like where I just hope everything comes full circle. Everything will get a proper explanation. And even when you don't, if you don't get the details, you can at least, if you can get the general perspective of things with how the conflict is, then I think for the most part you'll be good. Oh yeah, episode 17. The funny thing is that episode 17 was supposed to look even better, but the director, the animators, like couldn't get everything 100% correct, how they wanted to look. So when you think about what the fuck they could have done in a more ideal situation, then you're like, damn, that is already mind-blowing what they already managed to do. All right, I really did wish I really do sing the final lullaby for Mephisto. That could help, but she would probably have to. She would already be sapping her strength up by now. I mean, she's already running on like purely on her reserves. Like she's literally on her last legs, and like she put up quite the fight. It could have been just the end for Omni Blaze and everyone there. But it didn't. She did herself in the end, which is really sad. I mean, the way it was kind of played, when you're playing with arts, you're kind of playing with fire, and she burned herself too much to the point. Ironically, because she's ice, and yeah, that's just how she ended up. It would have been just even more messed up if her body just disappeared into organium particles like that. That would have been more fucked up if that happened. Like I was waiting for that shit to happen, and a part of me was just relieved when it didn't happen. But it still hurts to see the doctor carrying her limp, lifeless body. But yeah, that's about it though. Otherwise, I'm going to just leave it off there. I thank you all, and hopefully I'll see you in next year, because unless if I plan to do another stream on some others. The thing is, why I do streams for this one's because this show doesn't have as much of an audience, so I feel free to do the streams as opposed to more popular shows where those live streams to that will never show up in search will never really show up in search somehow, or even get properly until like about 12 hours later. I don't know what's with YouTube with how live streams process, by the way. I never had this problem until the beginning of this year. But yeah, that's about it though, otherwise. So smash the like button, let me know what you think in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, support the YouTube channel, join the Discord server, share the video around, all the good stuff. But that's going to do it for season 2 of Arknights. And yeah, we're just going to wait till season 3 or announcement. We're signing off. See you next time. Take care. Stay safe.